What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to No Counts Given Live, the show where I usually go live and you usually sit and watch me yap about dance. Now, for today's video, the content is going to remain the same. However, as you probably noticed by now, I am not live. We will be back to our regularly scheduled live broadcast next week as we get into the final team that I am going through for the IDL Pro Series Brotherhood next week. Today, we're talking about Royal Family, and I'm excited to go through a lot of these Royal Family videos and rewatch their journey through the IDL. One thing that I find very impressive about Royal Family, and I've talked about this many of times, is that they are one team along with GRV where their scores, well, I guess you could say Brotherhood as well too, but their scores have stayed very consistent. Looking at their IDL journey so far, they've been scoring 86, 86 to an 85 to an 88 to an 87 to an 87. So staying through that 85 to 87, almost 88 range. As the scoring criteria and the standards become more recognizable and more difficult to achieve those higher scores, for Royal Family, it's really fun to see them stay very consistent. And you know I've been saying this. I cannot wait for the day where I get to see a 94 Royal Family score. Or like a 92 plus, you know what I mean? Like, what does that look like for Royal Family? That's one thing that I'm very excited to watch and witness and hopefully see. Hopefully we see very soon. Hopefully LA. We are, I think, 3 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away now until the final stop, LA, or is it 2 weeks? I don't know. No, 3.5 weeks. LA and championships. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be there. I've said it a million times. I could not do any of this without my incredible sponsors, Dance Team Union, Sharpen Up Dance Team Training, and Dance Team Supply.
Dance Team Union is a proud sponsor of No Counts Given. Dance Team Union was established in 2016, and since year one, DTU has grown to host one of the most elite dance team nationals in the country. With nearly 300 teams from more than 35 states, the atmosphere of DTU Nationals is unlike any other. Here, teams push boundaries in 9 different styles of dance and set the bar high in the battle competitions, creating a crowd you have never seen before. At DTU, there is no limit on the number of dancers and no limit on your creativity and vision. Their mission is to ensure you are the main event. Your voice matters, your artistry is just as important as your athleticism. You're celebrated for the work you have done to create what you bring to the floor. Join the movement at DTU Nationals on March 4th to the 7th, 2027 in Orlando, Florida for an experience that is all about you.
Dance Team Supply is a proud sponsor of the No Counts Given podcast. We exist to make training clearer, cleaner, and way more intentional for dancers and coaches. From technique tools to team essentials, we've got what you need to train smarter and show up stronger. Oh, and yes, we're the home of the viral Sharpen Up movement band. From practice to performance, we've got it. Visit us online at danceteamsupply.com.
If you had not had the chance to go and watch my other IDL videos where I go through every single performance, make sure that you go and watch them. We did Quick Style, we did GRV, we did Jam Republic, we did one more, 1 million we just finished doing. Go and watch those. You can find them on the No Counts Given channel under live, or this one will be under our videos that we have recently posted because it's not a live stream. Next week, come back next week. We will be back with our live streams. Next week on Wednesday, to be exact. Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. That is right. We're going to start with Royal Family, New York, round 1. Listen, they scored an 86.67. 67. Hey, so a really great score for Royal Family on that first stop. We saw the first 2-3 stops. There was just, I don't want to say scoring inconsistencies, but that standard of where those 10s or those 9s are supposed to be were not set yet. They were set in the captions, and we saw people scoring those 10s. But I don't think that was meant to be in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, it was a 10 then, but when you really think about it, just starting off, honestly, this first season, I would be surprised that anyone gets a 10. So to see someone score a 10 so early, it was just a little surprising. We have not seen that yet, even though we have seen better routines than those 10 scoring routines. But anyways, besides the point, I'm going on a tangent now. We're going to start with New York round one. Let me make sure. Yep, front row. We're going to watch all of Royal Family throughout IDL. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to do any analysis. I don't want to go through so many of the captions. We're just watching, we're celebrating, and we're excited to watch them in LA here in a few weeks. We notice as we're watching Royal Family throughout this journey is how their choreography has developed and evolved, but still has stayed that Royal Family signature way. They have not broken away from Royal Family, which we don't expect them to, but they've been able to elevate their performances to stay Royal Family and stay competitive in the IDL circuit. I love the moments that Royal Family brings, but we have to remember some of those solo moments, even though they might be fun to watch, they're not necessarily going to score so high in the captions. Because it's a team sport, the judges really want to see a lot of that team unity, team structure, and not so much of those soloists or relying on soloists. Love the grooves, very Royal Family. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Love that travel forward. Also love the staging. One thing we could always rely on Royal Family for is giving us great staging. Now in this round, they actually got, if you don't think about projection and stamina, staging was their highest score. They had a 9. And staging remains to be one of their highest scoring captions throughout the entire series, averaging so far an 8.75, which is really good. Love that musicality. So another one of those solo moments, some things that we don't want to rely so heavily on. However, I do love how that just continues to travel all the way forward, still playing into characteristics and musicality and not just staying one dimension as she's traveling through. Fun, nice moment there. I like the oppositions. I love the travel. That was a nice moment. Routine from Royal Family. You know, one thing about Royal Family is that they're going to come down, they're going to come in and they're going to eat down. And, you know, their projection just speaks for itself. Their projection right now is averaging a 9.1, if you want to get exact, throughout the entire series. And that's something we're going to expect from Royal Family. We're going to expect them to have great projection. We're going to expect them to have great staging. You know, where Royal Family really struggles is the complexity of choreography as well as their cleanliness. So those are two captions that tend to be their lowest, on top of that being as well as creativity. So, you know, if Royal Family wasn't who Royal Family is, I guarantee you this would score a lot higher. But because of who Royal Family is and they've kind of set their own standard, they have to reach that standard again to be able to beat those creativity scores. So that way we're seeing that new evolution of Royal Family. It's not a comparison thing, but when they've invented this style and this, not invented, but, you know, this is their signature, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass, quite frankly. All right, let's go to New York round 2, where they actually got 3rd place. Now, New York and Seoul were the only 2 stops that Royal Family competed both rounds. Here we go. This is New York, round 2, Royal Family, 3rd place. I love the musicality and the vocal play in that intro. Nice musicality. Look at their faces. They are all just, they're in it. They are in it. Hey, let's go. Nice groove there. Nice travel. I like the different body angles. Let's go. They are in that bad. So this routine scored an 86.16. Now, staging actually not being one of their highest captions in this routine. Technical execution ended up being one of their highest, as well as spacing. Oh, I guess you could say staging was one of their highest as well, too. Never mind. I take that back. Staging was one of their highest captions here as well, too. More of those solo moments. So I think we're going to continue. I mean, if I remember correctly, we're going to continue seeing Royal Family rely a lot on those solo moments. So I guess if that's something that they really want to stay true to, you know, having those solo moments, it's finding a way to at least allow it to tie in somewhere on the score sheet. Is it complementing staging? Is it complementing complexity of choreography? Is it complementing musicality? Like, how are we still complementing it in the choreo or in the score sheet at least? A transition. I like how quick the transitions are. I like that they're also dancing through their transitions. I say that as people start nuggeting in the fact, no, as we know. I mean, do we even need to say it? Come back next week and we'll talk about it. This musicality moment. However, I wonder if, I don't remember if I noticed this when we were watching it from the wide angle, but I wonder if that, those inside 45 angles as they were doing that choreography, if that was able to be seen as they intended it to be. Especially with the dark stage, the lighting, like getting into moments like that could be a little tricky, a little slow transition. Love that moment. I love how 17 hits that moment. Can we go back actually? 17 to 88. That boom, ta, ta. Watch this, 17 right here. Boom, ta, ta. Love that. Her face too. I'm just like, sell it. Give me it all. Give me more. I want more. Just give me it all. Give me it all. Give me it all. Give me it all. Okay, so 86.16 for Royal Family here. Lowest captions was creativity, cleanliness. Those two look like to be their lowest captions, averaging at that 8.17. Now, creativity, we're going to continue to see that caption not be one of their highest captions. And, you know, it's like I just said, I don't need to keep saying it. I don't need to beat the dead horse or beat a dead horse, however it goes. I don't know, something about a dead horse. I don't know. Yeah, it's Royal Family. Okay, it's Royal Family. You know, there's a lot of conversation. I've been reading a lot of comments online, and I say this allegedly. I don't say this to state any facts. I read a comment that said, Paris is going to help him for LA. I said, no, she's not. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. Get out of here. Can you imagine? I don't need to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But can you imagine? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. The pressure that team would have if Paris was like, listen, even if it's like underground, you don't even got to tell us you did it. We'll know you did it. Trust me, we'll know you did it. But the pressure that team would have, having to do a set for the Paris Gobel at IDL. However, if you think about it, you know, Paris, you should do it. You don't have anything like this on your resume yet. All right, anyways, let's go to Vancouver. Now, for Vancouver, they did only go through to round one. They did not move on to round two. And also, it's important to note that Vancouver was Royal Family's lowest scoring performance with an 85.84. So not far from this routine that we just watched right now, as they had that 86.16. However, not the highest scoring routine that they've had. But I will keep saying this. I actually want to watch a wide view. We're going to drop in for a wide view. I will continue to say this. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I will continue to say that with Royal Family having the scoring consistencies that they've been having, that range, like less than 3 points, give or take, I enjoy seeing it. I think that sets them up for great success as they already know where they're at and what they've been contributing to IDL and where that is going to score. Now with this time that they've had between Seoul to LA, it's like, okay, are you really going to lock down, hone in on these low captions that we have been struggling with, complexity of choreography, cleanliness? Like, are we really going to hone in on those and keep everything that we've been doing, keep that structure, but now let's amplify these captions that we're struggling on. So I'm really excited to see Royal Family in LA. Listen, I didn't think I would be this excited about Royal Family in LA, if I'm being honest with you guys. And if you've been watching my videos throughout the IDL series, you would know, like, even my feelings about Royal Family have been like up or down. When we started, I feel like I was a little bit more yes, and then we kind of like started slowing down. It wasn't until after this performance, it wasn't until Sydney, where I was like, oh, they're getting it. They're getting it. Like, we saw Jam Republic get it quick. Like, quick, we saw them get it. Royal Family, it's like a slow burn. I think Sydney and Seoul, we really started to see them get the score sheet, the captions, IDL. And now, like, going into LA, it's like, oh, okay. It's like make or break if you ask me. It's make or break if you ask me. All right, let's get into, what did we say? Vancouver round. Now, I do remember really enjoying this routine. Hey, Billy. Why'd she look like Billy? One thing I appreciate about Royal Family through these routines, even though, you know, they weren't moving on to round two, they weren't getting that round two performance, we could see in these routines where they are trying to progress in their captions and on the score sheet. Definitely here in Vancouver, we really started to see them actually push that technical execution, and we saw that in the scores. They got a 9.17 in technical execution and authenticity. Music licensing. Which, by the way, like, should we even talk about what Brotherhood just posted on Instagram about their music Sony? Like, I can't believe it's actually happening again. But it's 3 weeks, it's not 5 days, and if what they put together... Okay, come back next week for Brotherhood. T. IDL is not just throwing random music over this. Like, they're at least finding something that's still with the flow of the routine. So, like, even the cha-ching, I remember that being a moment in the routine where it also did the cha-ching. So I appreciate, thank you, IDL, for still at least contributing to keep the vision at least somewhat similar, or even getting like the same flow. What did it say? I have water and never mind. Keep it going. Spend the cash on that drip instead of I get money, I must stop. So, like, I appreciate that the concept's still there, but, like, can we just get the licensing? You're on ESPN now. Like, is there nothing we can do? Like, you don't have somebody who could call. I love that transition. Give that boy a heart attack when let's go. I love this moment. Love the moment. Just needs to obviously be way cleaner, more soloist. So we're still seeing them. This is now in Vancouver. We're still seeing them rely very heavily on solos. Nice moments. So we see them here really trying to push the complexity and trying to find different ways to push that complexity. Obviously, you're going to have to try a whole lot of different things until you get it right. Like, you don't know what the judges are necessarily going to be looking for in that complexity of choreography until you actually see something that you do be rewarded for it. So it's something that we see them continuously try. And I feel like the complexity of choreography side, I see Royal Family try and push progressively throughout the series. The most they've gotten rewarded for this was probably at Seoul for their complexity of choreography, and we started to see them score a little bit higher there.
The College Classic has officially launched their annual Road to Nationals contest to provide an opportunity to earn funding towards your Nationals experience. DTU's motto, "We're here for you," continues to drive their commitment to supporting teams. This is the first of many opportunities DTU has set in place to make your journey to Nationals smoother in the DTU For You initiative. So check out how you can enter by visiting thecollegeclassic.com.
Sharpen Up Dance Team Training is a proud sponsor of No Counts Given. Looking to take your dance team journey to the next level? Sharpen Up Dance Team Training has you covered. From team training, choreography, and routine consulting, to private coaching, strength development, and their signature band lab, Sharpen Up gives dancers and coaches the tools to train smarter and perform stronger. And for dancers dreaming about the collegiate level, College Dance Launch provides personalized evaluations, mentorship, audition preparation, and guidance throughout the recruiting process. Whether you're a dancer, coach, team, or parent, there's a resource built for you. Learn more at sharpenupdtt.com.
Dance Team Union regional competitions are unlike any other. DTU has created an atmosphere that is not only friendly and competitive, but brings your community together to support one another in a sport you all share and love. DTU values innovation and the determination to create. Your teams spend hours perfecting material and pushing the boundaries for choreography. It does not go unnoticed at Dance Team Union. At DTU, you do not go home empty-handed. They award placements in every division for every routine, select specialty awards to standout routines, and offer partial paid bids to our national championships and all-star worlds with their partners at the Open Championship Series. So what are you waiting for? Find out when they will be heading to a city near you and visit www.danceteamunion.com.
Let's go into where they actually started to do a lot more progression. We're getting into Sydney. Now, Sydney, they also only made it through round 1. They didn't go to round 2. Seoul, they actually went into round 2. So we have 3 performances left, unless my internet wants to do otherwise. Come on, get it together. There we go. All right, so we have 2 performances left. I kind of like that wide view. I kind of want to do that again. So let's go back into wide view and let's watch their Sydney series. Love that intro. I love the quick. I remember. I think I was sitting on my couch watching this one with. Oh no! I was reacting, and the moment I saw this intro, I was like, "Oh yeah, they want it." I don't know what it was about it. It's quick, it's visual, and it just makes that statement so quick where it just drew me in easily. Now, this routine here in Sydney, they did score an 88.17. Now, this is their highest scoring routine of the IDL season so far. Love that moment there. Love that quick transition going now. Very visual, very quick. Let's go, push up. Nice moment there, walking over. Hey, let's go. Nice transition. I love that intro there. I love the choreo going all the way off stage. Nice. I like the usage of those 3 guys, faking them out, not going off stage, but still using them very visually to add in here to this all male highlight. Tying in with those females there. Love this moment. So this is the kind of energy that I'm really hoping Royal Family brings for LA. Let's go. Nice moment. Nice moment there. I like when they added on, they did those transitions, scooting out. I also love the musicality on those breaths. I think this song in general, if you're not familiar with it, is probably hard to predict. So using moments like that is really, it enhances the routine a lot. Nice moment. Hey, let's go. Let's go. This was it. Let's go. Like, was that not giving sorority? Like, that moment, I just want to watch it again. I like the hairs on my skin stand up when that moment happens. Let's go. I love the constant tributes to Paris. It actually does make me very happy. Makes my heart happy. Love that transition. Missed the shirt there, but the creative use of the transitions and the pattern that they're building to get there. Love. Let's go. This is what I need from Royal Family. Knock it off. Let's go. Knock it off. Okay, I don't love that transition because it's messy, but I will say that it ties in with the music. Everything was so like crisp and clean and visual that having a moment just that breaks away from what they're normally doing does actually feel good. And then going into like the phrases here where it does get a little messy with the, I'll say dancer's choice, like with these punches right here or that transition. I feel like it all just kind of correlates to one another, so it's not just using these messy patterns in one little phrase, but still continuing it. Even here, going into this like very crump feel like moment, it's not the cleanest as it could possibly be, but that's the style and the authenticity of these moments, I feel, in the music and what it's allowing. Love that call out. But for the purpose of the actual score sheet, I'll let them finish. Yeah. For the purpose of the actual score sheet, I would have actually liked to seen them get back into a cleaner style and end with a little bit more cleanliness to them. I think leaving that final impression of it still having this like messy stylistic choice can hurt you on this score sheet. So I wish they got into something that was a little bit more stylistically clean. However, great routine from Royal Family. This is the energy that I'm going to need from them even more. I like how they just continue to play into like the outfit changes. So they had the moment where they pulled the sleeves up, you had the RF, and then they all came out and they had hats on all of a sudden. So I feel like that is something very predictable from Royal Family. Now it's just finding ways that we could elevate that even further, right? Like I would have even liked to seen when that RF moment came on and they had those sports bras. I would have even liked to seen, I'm trying to see how many females we have on the stage, but I would have even liked to see that with a little bit more volume of dancers on the stage. I think it would have been a little bit more impactful and would have kept the energy going. Like if they started with those 5 or 6 or whatever it was, bam, and then it turned into, 5 more, 6 more, I think it would have been a little bit more impactful. However, like I said, great routine from Royal Family. It's funny because at the beginning of the IDL series, I was getting, what's the word I could say on TikTok? I was getting a hate comment hate comments are us all over my royal family videos because people just did not think that I am a royal family fan. And I'm like, okay, whatever floats your boat. All right, let's get into the final stop, which is Seoul. This is where we really started to see royal family, I think, step up and step out of the gate. I think for this round, they were going against GRV, I'm pretty sure, but I was not anticipating the matchup in the round that they were about to give us. And, you know, Sydney, I was like, you guys heard me talk about it just a minute ago. I was like, oh, they're getting it. They really are starting to understand what these judges are asking of from them. Now, I was like, okay, but is Sydney just like that fluke? Like, is this that routine where they're like, okay, we just need to put something good out there because we need to make it to round 2, and then that's what we got. Now, granted, they were going against Brotherhood, so obviously they're going to want to come out swinging. So I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, is this going to be a fluke? Is this just a one-off? Like, are we going to go back to, you know, the routines that we were just given that aren't really touching on, you know, high points of the score sheet? Like, we're scoring average in the score sheet, but we're not scoring, you know, at those high points. Now, Sydney, Seoul, we saw them come through. So very proud of Royal Family with this journey that they have been on. And it was a little scary at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I think we all noticed that it was a little scary at the beginning, but we are at a better place with Royal Family. So let's watch Seoul round 1.
Before we continue on with the show, make No Counts Given your go-to summer dance podcast. We're talking industry interviews, routine highlights, hot topics, blind items, and all the dance news you need to know. Whether you're on your way to practice, headed to camp, driving to your next choreography job, or just need to hear a relatable voice in the dance world, we've got you covered all summer long. So do me a favor, subscribe, like, leave us a 5-star rating, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single episode.
Royal Family and GRV are two of the only teams that actually have full thought out intros. Not Royal Family. Brotherhood, I would say, does have thought out intros, but this last Seoul stop where they did the intro, where they just were marching out the place, the back tucks and the B flip coming through, was not thought out. Nice moments. Love the dancers moving all the way off stage there. I love the staging here. I like, you know, one thing that is very important is that even though if you're using those 5 dancers, how are those 5 dancers still going to tie into every section in the score sheet? Complexity of choreography, staging, cleanliness, technical execution, authenticity. And I think they did a great job of tying into so many there, especially staging. Like, they were moving all over the stage, less than 5. Love the intro, love the intention. However, watching the cleans, looked like some dancers were coming on, nodding their heads, others were just looking down. Love this moment here. Great moment. Now, could those flannels potentially have affected their cleanliness score? You know, typically I would say yes, but Royal Family, they're professionals and they understand the job. And what you can notice here is that all of their flannels they look like they're pinned to their pants. So it's not allowing this huge movement come through. I think when I did their analysis, I thought that, you know, possibly that could affect them. You know, with the males here, it looks like those are pinned. And then the females looks like they're not pinned. Or maybe a different, not a flannel, looks like maybe a full skirt. I'm not sure. So I like the way that the men have it pinned. It's a little bit more clean. I wish we would have kept it consistent like that. The moment there, nice kip up to that groove. I love the intention through their movement as well too. Things feel and look just a little bit more bigger, and there's a lot of attack to them. Love that moment there. Love that call out. Call out to Brotherhood if you didn't catch that routine. Or, sorry, GRV, not Brotherhood. Great moment from Royal Family. Cleaning up those hands as well, too. Great routine. Definitely, I would say if the scoring standard wasn't as high as it possibly is, and they used that routine, like in New York and Vancouver, that routine probably would have scored over 90s at the rate that the judges were going. Listen, you guys heard me say, and I'm not going to keep harping on myself, like this stop, we really saw Royal Family be Royal Family again. And I say that in the most complimentary way possible. All right, let's go to their round 2 set, last one. See, when I'm not on live and I'm getting caught in conversation, all these stuff, I'm flowing right through these. Yeah, I'm flowing right through these. We're going to have this video done in 45 minutes. What the heck? All right, here we go. Let's go into Royal Family round 2 Seoul series, where they did get 3rd place. Intro of the season. Like, you want me to hold a hinge until the music comes on? Okay. I love it. I love it. Love the moments. I love how they use that musicality. Nice moment. So one thing I can appreciate about that soloist is that it did tie into at least some kind of complexity as well as musicality. So adding into at least something and adding at least something to the choreography that is highlighting those accents. So I could appreciate that. However, you don't know if the judges are wanting to reward that or not. Now, something also very interesting is that Royal Family for round 1 and 2 scored the exact same 87.83, which understandably so. Some teams can get really frustrated with that. It's like, okay, then where do we go? But for Royal Family, you got to start breaking into those captions. What gave you that 87.83 in round 2, and what gave it to you in round 1? And really using those strengths to push your choreography and your sets even further. Love that moment there. Love that moment there. I almost wish she gave me one more drop for a little bit more drama. Love that moment. Now, you guys heard me talk about that groove. Like, it's moments like that that we expect from Royal Family, but finding ways to enhance it at least somewhat athletically to tie into the score sheet. I think they did a really great job there, and in that partnering moment. In that partnering moment as well, too, dropping them all the way to the floor. Like, finding ways to really tie in those athletic moments into the dance, into the routine, into the art. They're doing a great job in this set. Unless you got buns, hun. Love that intro. Nice musicality there. That was really this moment there as well, too. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. I love that moment, but I wonder how readable that is to, where the judges are. It's a great way to just complete the phrases and the style choices as well, too. I almost wonder, because they use number 3, and I know I'm going to probably get cooked in the comments, because as you guys know, I am not the best when it comes to names for these dancers that are in the IDL. So to save myself from any kind of hate, I'm just going to look on their roster. Number 3. Soo-yeon Jung. Come on. Soo-yeon, the star of the show, the star of the team. However, as you guys have seen throughout a lot of the videos watching them, they utilize her so much. I almost wonder if that's hurting them in their scores or if it's helping them at all. Huge fan of the Royal Family. I think anyone in this dance world has, you know, some sort of respect for Royal Family. I think I found like this new respect for Royal Family with them competing in IDL, and it's been really fun just watching them progress and do amazing things throughout the season. Now, as you guys heard me talk when I was talking about Brotherhood last week, or maybe this was 2 weeks ago, you know, Royal Family is another team that we don't find a lot of media coverage surrounding them like we do Brotherhood or like we do GRV IDL. And it's, I just wish I was able to see a little bit more of Royal Family, like not on the stage. Like, it would be fun to see them, like some kind of background about them, or like what their season's like, or, you know, challenges that they've been facing, or just something that's a little bit more relatable and personable and makes them a little bit more human. I would have liked to see surrounding Royal Family a little bit more. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you are a regular listener of the podcast, happy Thursday. We don't have an episode for the podcast No Counts Given with Kyle Rush today. However, I hope you guys enjoyed this No Counts Given live episode covering Royal Family. Next week, we're going to be doing Brotherhood, going through all of Brotherhood's routines, all of their, what is that going to be, 2, 4, 6, 8 routines that they have, since they have been the only team, I think it is, to actually go through every single round at IDL. So come by next week. It is going to be a live stream, so hop in the live. We'll be live on YouTube. We'll be live on TikTok. Make sure that you have your post notifications on. Make sure you are subscribed. Thank you for hopping in, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
And that is our show for today. Before you go, make sure you head over to www.nocountsgiven.com for all things dance-related news, updates, interviews, and industry conversations. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter so you can be the first to know what's happening in the dance world. From new episodes to hot topics, routine highlights, and everything No Counts Given is covering next. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, and for being part of this community.
We'll see you next week for another episode of the No Counts Given podcast with Kyle Rush.